Hi, welcome back to Family and Fit, where we talk fitness and how to integrate it in your busy lifestyle.
Here we are with Meal Prep 001 of 2019.
Yeah.
Starting off this new year and this cut here very soon. So let's go ahead and meal prep this thing out. Today we got a special edition for you guys, and that's going to be a Super Bowl edition. We got a couple different meals, and we're going to do them really fast, and we're actually not going to go through the process of making them. We are going to show you them made, and we are going to give you a quick little run through of us making them, but we're not going to stretch out this video too long. One, we've made both these meals before on an older version of our poverty meal prep, but should be a better video. Notice how I'll repeat myself a lot. That way the whole sentence should be a better video, you know what I mean? It's all one sentence.
You talk so fast, like...
Yeah, because nobody wants to hear me fucking... So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to show you guys some substitutes that you can use during your Super Bowl that'll keep you lean and in shape and not consuming way too many fats or carbs, because you know nobody has issues consuming too many proteins. The first ingredient you're going to need is some ground turkey meat, ground chicken, whatever you want to get. It could even be ground beef. Now, the reason why we go with this is because this is poverty meal prep, for one. For two, generally one of the main staple meals of a Super Bowl party is wings. So this is kind of a good substitute for wings. What we have here is 85% lean ground turkey. You don't want this shit. It's garbage. So go ahead and throw this out the window. But we're going to use it today because we needed something to cook this meal. And the reason why 85% lean does not work out, just the fat macros are too high, and you essentially can't really eat hardly anything with it. If you throw in carbs with it, it's just going to make it to where you're automatically not consuming enough protein. And to be able to eat this ratio of fats to protein, you would literally have to consume a protein shake if you want to consume any other type of carbs or fats. And to me, that's not the way I like to structure my meals, especially when this is supposed to be the main source of my protein. And another thing I like to do when I'm using 97% lean is I'll throw in some grains. I like to use different ancient grains and stuff like that just because I like to get that variety in, and they're a better source of carbs. But the other reason why we chose this is because it's poverty meal prep and it's cheap. Generally, you can get a package of this for like $3, and we'll kind of have some tips to stretch this thing out.
Oh, so the next ingredient is bell peppers. We're going to cut them up and throw them in our meal, and also an onion.
And the final seasoning we have here is some kickin' chicken. Now,
Kicking chicken, yeah.
kickin' chicken. So it's the perfect seasoning for Super Bowl. This is going to be really simple. Like I said, a lot of times we add different carbs like oatmeal or ancient grains or rice or kuana, however you say that word. Yeah.
Not Kuana.
Yeah, I don't think it's Kuana either. I think it's just what I just call it all the time.
Oh, okay. Kuana.
But we're making this one super simple, so that way if you're running last minute on your meal, you can still pull this thing together. Like I said, don't get the 85% lean, because it's not worth it. That's one of the main reasons why I even use chicken. I honestly hate eating chicken as a protein source, because it's like kind of a garbage source of protein, because there's like really not as many micronutrients in it, and that's just not... It's not what I want.
Turkey.
Chicken, turkey, whatever. It's all the same thing, right?
It's turkey.
Alright guys, so that's how you go about making that meal. Basically just threw some bell peppers, onions in it. The lean ground turkey, chicken, whatever you want to call it. Same difference. We did add in one extra ingredient, the granulated garlic here. Organic, and that's just because it's cheap. You can get it at Aldi for a reasonable price. So yeah, we go ahead and go with the organic route on that one. But we forgot one important ingredient, because it is Super Bowl, and this is kind of a must. And also, before I forget, we're going to cook this thing probably about 325 degrees, I'd say. And it kind of just depends on how thick you got it and the size of pan that you go with and everything. So that's kind of important to keep in mind, because it is chicken, so you don't want to undercook it. Definitely want to cook it all the way through. I like cooking it longer time, lower temperature, just because it's easier. You don't have to do as much, and it's less likely to burn, and it's less likely to mess it up if you don't know what you're doing in the kitchen.
For those who don't like spicy stuff, we're going to put this on the other half of the turkey loaf. And it's garlic sriracha. As you can see on the label, there's wings. So this must be right for wings. So now we're going to put this baby in the oven.
Alright, we got this meal here done, I believe. Let's pull it out the oven, check it out, see what we got. Let's do this fast so I don't burn myself. Look at that, nice little brown. Oh, look at that. Oh. What do y'all think about hot sauce in the oven? I think hot sauce, especially like Frank's, tastes so much better after it's been cooked than just shaking it right on food. Like a lot of times when I'm cooking chicken strips or anything like this, I'll definitely put the sauce on before I put it in the oven, just because I don't know what it is. It's like I don't know if it's the texture, the flavor, but overall I think it just tastes way better. So here we got this meal. I'll put the macros on the screen, but it's not going to be anything fancy. This is going to be completely dependent on the fat source that you use, the carbs. Really, I'm probably just going to use whatever the macros are of the meat. The carbs, yes, it is going to add. So if you're doing meal prep, if you're doing competition real soon, they probably are going to affect some of the macros, and they may be worth counting. But something like that, I'll just generally add a few extra calories to it. I might add like 40 calories to the serving or 20 calories to the serving. But in general, I'm really not too worried about it until I get to a lot leaner stage of my meal prep. Like whenever I go to the summer shredding with Christian Guzman, whenever I get to like the last month, I'm going to have like everything super strict. I'm going to start testing different stuff with my body, like my sodium levels. I'll do days where I like eat every single thing the same, but I'll like consume a couple hundred more milligrams of sodium and just see how my body reacts to it, see how I look, play around with it day after day. But go ahead and hit that subular button because we're going to be starting our summer shredding season here on February 1st as well. That's actually my first day of the cut. So this meal is actually going to go to use. It's going to be my meal prep for my cut that I have coming up. So this meal right here, I'll have to stretch it out. I won't be able to eat a lot of it. Generally, I'll do something like this for lunch and dinner. But being that the macros are off on this, if it was 97% lean, I would definitely eat this for lunch and dinner. That way, for breakfast, I can throw in whatever. But like I said, hit that subular button, and I'll take y'all through like every day as much as I can, at least until they get kind of repetitive. And I'm not gonna take you through every day, but I may have like some vlogs that are like a couple days of each week, and kind of let you know an update of what's going on with that. And that'll be the summer shredding series. Me and my fiance will be on that series because we're gonna both compete. We're both doing the online competition, and I'm gonna also be doing the local in Houston or Stafford or whatever. It's actually located in Stafford, not Houston. Super excited for that. It's going to be my first show that I've ever done, and it's going to be the leanest I've ever gotten myself. To be honest, I've never been super, super lean. I probably, at my leanest, have only been like 10, 12% body fat. So taking this thing all the way down to like 6% is going to be a little bit tricky. I'll go ahead and try this thing out for you guys and let you know what both sides of this taste like, the buffalo side and the sriracha side. All right, guys, here's the meal for us. Boom. Come on, no, focus on this, not me. No, I'm hiding. Okay, whatever. Don't focus on it. So, go ahead and try this thing out. By the way, if any of you guys are hot sauce fans or gals, hot sauce fans, and you don't want to burn your face off completely, well, first of all, you go with Frank's because Frank's is probably the best, like, not super hot sauce. But if you want to level it up to the next level, this one's pretty spicy, but I think it definitely has the best flavor out of any hot sauce that I've tried. Went through some type of like hot sauce fanatic phase, and I bought like hundreds of different hot sauces. So I've tried a lot of hot sauces out there. And Tabasco habanero. It's not gonna zoom in. It's not gonna focus. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Oh, look at that. You gotta push the button, dude. No, okay. No. Nope. Okay, whatever. Tabasco habanero has the best flavor, and it's not too terribly hot. You can tame it down like with a little bit of sour cream or something like that if you need to. And I got another one for you guys. Pie's still one of the best flavored ones I've ever had, but also probably one of the hottest ones I've ever had. And that's the spontaneous combustion sauce. This stuff right here is like, man, like I can't even use it. You put like a dot on it, and you're like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Yeah, and like nothing pretty much tames it. It's got like pure like hot pepper extract or whatever. Basically, kind of like the same stuff that you'd use to make pepper spray in your mouth. So, yeah, that one's something else. But if you like ones that are super super hot, has a good flavor. The only real time that I actually will use this one is like if I'm making a big batch of something. And I'll put like a dot. I made a whole sandwich with like a lot of it on the other day. And I tried to mix it in with the mayonnaise, and it just did not help at all. But yeah, so if I'm making a big batch of something, like one dot, boom, it'll add some spice, some flavor to it, and it tastes pretty good. So let's go ahead and try these things. I'll let you know what I think. I'm gonna try this here. Frank's hot sauce, buffalo turkey loaf. Oh. I don't want this. Nope. Tastes too perfect. It's just bomb. Oh, wait, you're supposed to try the other one, dude. How bad? I will say, not having carbs in it, it definitely changes the texture. The texture is a lot more kind of like a dense, and it doesn't really break apart as well. It feels more like you're biting into a cross between like a hamburger patty and a steak. It's nice and moist on the inside. One thing I kind of wish that I would have did different on this is I wish I would have mixed these two separate halves separately, and I would have like mashed up some buffalo sauce inside of it, and I would have mashed up some of this seasoning inside of it, so that way you had two of them that had two different flavors, and it's not just like the top layer of a different flavor, because essentially the two of these are the same flavor other than the topping that was on the top. So it's kind of hard to tell the difference. They don't both definitely taste good. This one would taste super bomb if it had more of the seasoning on it, but since it's right on the top, it's a little bit harder to taste any difference. Plus, that gives you variety, and you can essentially make like 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. If you know you have a big Super Bowl party coming up, and you can make them all with different seasonings. Like you can just go and buy like Weber seasonings, like grill seasonings, and make each one with an individual different seasoning. That way you have a bunch of different varieties, flavors. Same thing with hot sauces. You can do different hot sauce levels of it. So that's one thing that's really nice with this. You can throw in some of this combustible stuff and not tell somebody about it and really get them good. Because if you threw some of this in there, make sure you wash your hands afterwards, by the way. But if you threw some of this in there and mixed it up with half one of these, lit. And they probably wouldn't even know what's in there until they took a bite. So I'm going to go ahead and finish eating this. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it if you stuck around to the end. It means a lot to me. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.